In this short video, we're going to look at overloading methods in C#. Remember, you can create a method with the same name as long as the parameters are unique. So they have to be different in one of the following ways. The number, order, or the data type of the parameters have to be able to differentiate between the methods. For example, in the student class, you could have the following methods: public void add grade, double grade, and public void add grade, int grade. The compiler can tell the difference between the data types when the method's executed. So if I have student a.addGrade 96, the compiler will look for an integer data type and then use that method. Here's another example. I have public void set rating level with a string, and then I have public void set rating level with an R. So in this case, if the user puts in a 4, and so we call it game.setRatingLevel4, it will know to go to the integer parameter, and then it will turn that into a string, and then it will set the level. If I had put in teen, then it would look at the string, and it would use that to set the level. We can also overload methods that have different numeric data types, such as double versus integer, as I showed you. But when we convert that information from the text box, we need to be able to tell it how to convert it. Should it convert it to an integer, or should it convert it to a double? So we're going to use the try parse in order to differentiate that. So try parse tries to convert the string input of a numeric value to whatever the specified data type is. If it can convert it, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. So you can use try parse to determine if the value is entered as an integer or a double. In this example, I have set rating level with an R, and I have set rating level with a double, and that's in my class. In the button click, I've declared two local variables, one for the integer and one for the double. Then I have an if statement that says if int32.tryParse, it's going to get the information from textRating.txt, and the out is a keyword that's required, and it needs to be next to the variable that it would actually be putting the value in if it's successful. So notice rate is an integer, then my try parse is using the integer, which is the int32. So if this returns true, then I want it to convert the string to an int32, which is an integer, set that to rate, and then I'm going to call my method sending it the rate. If it's false, then I want it to go down and I want to try to parse it with a double. Again, I have the same text box. Rating is going to be a double variable so that it matches the try parse type. If again that is true, then it's going to convert to double because everything is a double, and it will send set rating level a double instead of the integer. If neither one of these are true, then it isn't going to do anything. So here's another example. This is my button click above, and then this is where I'm creating my student. I'm setting information, so I have my mutator methods, and then I'm going to try to parse it. So if they entered in an integer, then I want it to convert it to an integer, and then I'm going to send over set grade using the integer variable. So it's going to come over, this is from my class, it's going to look at set grade, it's going to find the integer, it's going to turn that into a string and set it to string grade, which is actually my variable in my class. Else, they entered in a string, such as freshman, as opposed to 9 for 9th grade, and I'm going to send that over. So it would know to go and look for the string. Notice I don't have another try parse here because I didn't need it, because what was coming in was a string. So that's an example of overloading methods in C# classes.